In this video, we will discuss point tools. If you would like to follow along with this video, please open the file 0306.tools.dwg located in the training folder as discussed in the Working with this Dataset video. Civil3d provides many methods to create points. To create points, go to the Home tab, Create Ground Data, and here's the Points Creation Tools. They're defined in subcategories. We have Create Points Miscellaneous, Create Points Intersection, Alignments, Surface, Slope, Interpolate, and some additional ones as well. I recommend you open the Point Creation Tools toolbox instead of selecting these individually, as there are many settings you need to be aware of prior to creating points. To expand these settings, click the Expand the Create Points tool, and here are the default settings that will be used when you create points. Make note of these default settings as they are very important to you when you create points. This way you can avoid making edits after you create your points. Key settings to be aware of are the default layer, the order in which you define points, northing, easting, northing, etc. Do you want to be prompted for elevations or descriptions? And most important is the point identity. This setting here defines the next point number that will be used when you create a point, using one of the point tools here. Let's go ahead and go over some of the basic point creation tools. Let's create a simple point based on a surveyor's northing, easting elevation and description that they gave us because they forgot to provide it in the point file. So now let's go ahead and create this manual point by using the manual method in the miscellaneous category. As I always say, when you don't know what to do, look to the command line window to see what the next step is. It's asking me to provide a new point location. Now I know the northing and easting provided to me by the surveyor, so I can use the transparent commands. Now I don't have the transparent commands open, but I will simply type in the one that I want, which is 'NE for northing easting. Now I will type in the northing that was provided to me by the surveyor. Now the easting. Again, look to the command line window to see what the next step is. The next step is enter a point description. Now because we have a nice set of description keys, I can automate any of the settings or styles when I create this point. This description is a deciduous 6-inch tree. So based on my description keys, I'll type in DECID space 6, and 6 will be used to scale this block automatically. Press enter. I happen to know the elevation. It was provided to me by the surveyor. It's 97.32. And there is our point, just like that. Notice how it scales automatically. Also notice that because Civil3d makes an assumption that you may want to enter more points based on the northing and eastern transparent command, it keeps the transparent command active. If you don't want to do it that way, press escape. Notice how it puts you back into the original command, which is the create point manual command, and simply press escape again to exit the command. Let's go ahead and locate a point based on two distances that the surveyor's located for us, because let's say they'd already put the survey equipment away for the day and they just taped off two corners of a building. I have also created a predefined circle here for you to zoom into. And let's go ahead and start the distance command from the intersection category. I'll pick distance. Notice what it prompts me for. Please specify a location for the radial point. So I will pick my first point, which does happen to be the point 441. Now I could use the point object transparent command to pick those points, or I could simply snap to them using AutoCAD's node snap, which I happen to have already active. I'll just click over here, and then notice how it's prompting me for the radius. So the first distance they typed here was 8.9. The next point they used was 439. I'll simply node snap to that point, and then notice how it's asking me again for the distance. I'll type in 7.6. Notice how two large X's appear in my view. These points are the intersection of those two circles that were created. They are imaginary circles, so what you have to do is simply click somewhere near the X that you want to pick. Or if you wanted to create both points, you could simply select the All option in the command line window. I'll simply pick here. Notice that I'm prompted for a point description. This is an existing hydrant, so I'll type in EHYD. I don't have any extra descriptions for that. Press enter. I don't need an elevation. This is simply a graphical representation of this object. Press enter again, and notice how it automatically places that object with the correct style based on my description key set. There are many other methods that you can use to create points. Simply navigate to them based on the different categories, and I guarantee you'll find a way to create points however you need to. This concludes this video discussing point tools.